Hi, my name is Morgan Henry, and you are watching the Morgan Minutes.
And today I'm here in Eastern North Carolina with Josh Gaddy, who is the Eastern Business Unit agronomist, and Mackenzie Lassiter, who is with Agri-Intelligence for the Eastern Division. And today we're here in a wheat field, and we're going to look at tiller counts. So, Josh, what would you have to tell us about tiller counts?
Well, tiller counts on wheat is something we use to help decide how much nitrogen we need to apply during the winter. You know, we count, and if it's below a certain threshold, we know we need to put more nitrogen out to stimulate more tillering. Or if it's already above the threshold we want, then we know that we don't need any more nitrogen right now.
One thing we like to look at too while we're out here doing these tiller counts, we try to get a good broad spectrum of kind of how the whole field's laid out, and kind of just take a look around at our surroundings, make sure our weed ID, we have a little bit of henbit popping up to make sure he's kind of addressing some of those issues when he goes over the top with the herbicide spray. Like
this particular field, the guy planted this wheat behind corn. It was pretty much a failed corn crop, so there was a lot of leftover nitrogen behind that. So he's off to a real good start here. Doesn't look like he needs a lot of additional nitrogen. So tillers are important because every tiller is what will produce a head. So what we're really shooting for is to have 30 plants come up per square foot. And then each of those plants make basically 3 tillers. And if it does that, then that should be able to make 90 bushel wheat, because every 1 tiller per square foot should translate into 1 bushel per acre. And fall tillers are very important to maximize yield. Like if you don't get good fall tillering, you're setting yourself up not to have as good a yield. And you can make up some of that in the spring by putting more nitrogen on. It's hard to overcome it if you don't get good fall tillering.
So with fall tillers and spring tillers, when would that cutoff be? You know, is there anything that's going on during the winter?
It takes 2 things to allow wheat to tiller. You got to have warm weather and you got to have nitrogen. So in the fall, right after we plant, when that wheat gets growing good, if it stays warm, that's when we want that fall tillering to occur. And then in, about December, mid-December, from then, depends on where you're at, but here in North Carolina, from like mid-December through most of January, the wheat's pretty dormant because it gets cold.
I just want to thank both of you guys for coming out today. I've learned a lot of information. I'm sure our viewers have too. So next week, stay tuned for your Morgan Minutes. For further information, you can contact your local Helena location.